What's going on, guys? Jackson here from Jay's Game Show, and today I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Welcome to the first ever episode of the new podcast series, Jay's Podcast Series. So we'll be talking about the different controversial ideas and topics out there on the internet, and as you can tell from the title of this video, the topic for today is going to be talking about the Joker movie. So if you guys have any thoughts, feelings, or opinions, comment down below. In this video, we'll be talking about what they did wrong and what they did right, sharing my thoughts, feelings, and opinions to you guys. And if you guys could improve this video, comment down below, because I need to know if this video could be better, or if you like it. Just let me know in the comments below, guys. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. But before we talk about the juicy stuff for this Joker movie, I want to give you guys a little bit of a pre-Joker video. I just want to talk about the different actors we've seen before Joaquin Phoenix's performance, just to give you guys a little bit of a background. So let's get right into this. So, if you guys know, Mark Hamill played the Joker in the Batman the animated series. And I think he did a pretty good job, but to compare him to a 2019 actor versus, an older actor, someone who's played this character in an animated series, I really don't think you can do that, because one's playing a voice. Oh, he's a voice actor, you don't really see his performance. You just, have to listen to the tone of his voice, and if it changes or if it doesn't, or how he really expresses his voice to you throughout the movie. I really think you can't really compare them, but if you had to, I think Mark Hamill did a pretty good job. Let's give him that. He did a good job in the animated series. But like I said, you can't really compare an animated series to an actual movie. So, because one's a voice and one's an actual actor. So, it's kind of hard to compare those two. So, I'm on the fence about those two. So, if you guys want to say anything about them two, comment down below, or Mark Hamill, anything like that. Once again, I think he did a pretty good job. But, that's my thoughts on that. Now let's move on to Jared Leto, who played Joker in the Suicide Squad movie, and I think that, being honest, Joaquin Phoenix did a great job, and I think he did do better than Jared Leto in the Suicide Squad movie, because I think we didn't get enough screen time of the Joker in the Jared Leto's performance in Suicide Squad. We didn't get enough screen time of him, so you can't really compare them. At Joaquin Phoenix, it's a full-on Joker movie, so you're gonna get tons of acting, tons of different expressions, and you're gonna see his different emotions going throughout the movie. But Jared Leto, like I said, we didn't get enough screen time of him, so kind of hard to compare them. But I'm gonna say that Joaquin Phoenix did a better job than Jared Leto. If you agree with me or disagree with me, it's totally fine. We all have different opinions, but comment down below what you think about those two. Moving on to Heath Ledger. Now, this is the one I really want to hit on, guys, because Heath Ledger did a really, really good job in the Batman movie. He did a great job. He did a great job as playing the Joker in that movie, because you're convinced that he's a Joker, right? But Joaquin Phoenix did a phenomenal job in this full-on Joker movie. Once again, the 2019 Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie is a full Joker movie. I can't say this enough. It's a full Joker movie. So it's going to be really hard to compare somebody who's a side character versus a main character. And I'm really undecided about these two, which one did better. I'm going to go ahead and say Joaquin Phoenix, but barely. I think that they're kind of almost equal, but Joaquin Phoenix just pulled it over because it's a full-on main character movie. If you guys agree with me or disagree with me, comment down below. Alright, guys, we got that out of the way. We're going to go ahead and move on to the good stuff, the juicy stuff, the real Joker movie. Let's go. So, first of all, I think this movie is probably one of the best Joker movies we've ever had. Okay? It's probably one of the best DC movies we've ever had as well. And Joaquin Phoenix is a phenomenal actor. And I think that they should have, I feel like he should have been chosen before this for some reason. I feel like, we should have seen him before this, but obviously, we haven't, obviously, right? But I think they did a great job picking this movie for him, specifically for him. And I hope they keep him. I hope you don't replace him. Definitely don't replace him, because he's doing a great job, because you definitely feel bad for him in this movie. You feel bad for him. And throughout the entire movie, my emotions were going everywhere. I was feeling bad for him over here, and I hated him over here, which is crazy to do. It's pretty hard to do, obviously, because you can't go from loving a character to hating them, because those are two different things, obviously. But it's crazy how you can just move very quickly and very efficiently, like between those two emotions, of loving and hating the character. And I think that's a really cool thing, because at one moment he's the protagonist, and the other moment he's the antagonist. And most movies it's one or the other. But in this movie, it's both. That's crazy about it. It's both. And I think that really the reason that it is that is because this whole movie is not out of something that an immediate reaction into the Joker. This movie is this guy becoming the Joker. This isn't somebody who was thrown into a vault of acid, and becoming the Joker, staying bleached, and then just overall crazy, but this guy, he's being pushed and pushed and pushed into the Joker. It's not an immediate thing. So I think that's really what hits you hard, because you're feeling bad for you're feeling bad for him in the beginning, and you kind of hate him in the middle a little bit, and in the end you think it's amazing, but you don't really know. I honestly don't know how to feel in the end, because the end, like the final scene was the best scene. Because I feel like the final scene was the scene when you found out, like that was the scene that put everything together in like a little bow, just had tied everything together, like this guy is just, he is the Joker. He's the classic Joker. He represents the Joker, so I think that final scene is really what's gonna just put everything on there. Alright guys, so next thing we'll talk about is his laugh. Alright guys, so if you've seen the movie, you know that he has like this disorder, his laugh, and it's like a condition that makes you laugh uncontrollably in at different moments, obviously, because you don't just laugh out of nowhere, but this condition makes you laugh out of nowhere, like laugh uncontrollably. So that's like a condition that he has. And what's great about this is not a purposeful laugh, guys. This is like, I'm not meaning to laugh, but I just, it's something I can't control. It's crazy, guys. So I feel like that is something that really helps with becoming the Joker, but also it doesn't help. It helps with becoming the Joker, right? Like if you want to be the Joker, that's a good laugh to have. Like that's a good thing to have, like a good laugh. But this guy doesn't want to become the Joker, but he's pushing and pushing and pushing, and finally, he's kind of accepting it. I feel like, and this laugh kind of does push him further with it, and that's like the condition he has. But it also, I feel like it's something that he can't control, so something that's like, it doesn't really matter anymore. So I feel like that laugh, it could push you into becoming the Joker, but it could also push you into not becoming the Joker, guys. It's kind of hard to explain for a second. So that's a great laugh, as well as like his card that he has to hand out, that explaining why he's laughing. This scene, the scene on the DART train when those few dudes were harassing a woman, and he just started laughing, and they're like, "Dude, why are you laughing? You're crazy or something." And then they start beating him up, and he has to shoot him, obviously, and he tries to get out that card, to explain why he's laughing, but before he can, they start beating him up, which is really sad, and you feel bad for him at that moment. But then he pulls out the gun and starts shooting him, and it's more of a self-defense thing. It's not really a Joker moment right there. That's more of a self-defense thing. It definitely is an opening door to the Joker becoming the Joker, but it's not a full Joker moment. This is just him using self-defense because he has to, because it's a crazy world out there, and he got that gun out of self-defense as well, because those guys jumped him in the street and they beat him up with his own sign, and when he got back to work, his coworker gave him a gun, saying it's a crazy world out there and you need to protect yourself. So it's kind of crazy how you have to have a gun in this world, and this is real life stuff, guys. Like this world, like people are out there, like there are people out there that are crazy, guys. And so yeah, this is just overall insane, yet like kind of amazing. You can't look away, kind of movie. So I feel like that the laugh overall, 10 out of 10. So the next thing I want to talk about is so there's a scene when he's talking to his therapist, and she's asking are you writing in your journal? Are you having positive thoughts? What are your thoughts? And he's just saying, all I have are negative thoughts, which is kind of crazy, kind of like a depressed thing. And then she opens the journal and she starts reading it, and she finds a section that reads, I hope my death makes more sense in my life, which really puts the turn on it, guys. Like, because obviously, like, I'm gonna break this down for you guys. I hope my death makes more sense in my life. That is crazy. Like, first of all, let's just stop right there. Okay, so if you're hoping that your death makes more sense in your life, you're not wanting to live. You're wanting to go into the afterlife, so it makes more sense. Obviously, I feel like that's kind of another thing that I thought about for a little bit. Like he's wanting. I feel like that kind of makes it seem like he wants to die, so that his death can make sense. Like it will make sense. So like it kind of seems like he wants to die, and I feel like that is something that he does want to do. But like just because your life doesn't make sense, it's also a big like bullying moment. Just whenever all these bad things are happening, his life is just so negative. He's depressed. He lives with his mom in an apartment, and he has two jobs. People are always beating him up, and and he's literally has nothing going for him, nothing positive going for him. He has to go to the therapist and talk about his feelings, obviously. He's, like I said, always negative thoughts. So this definitely does make sense, guys. So, this is also a big, like, bullying moment. So, like, cheers to anti-bullying, I guess. So that scene kind of does really hit you. Another scene that is pretty amazing is probably going to be the scene whenever he's like getting ready for the show. All right, guys. So like, he was invited to go on like this big news channel that everybody knows about, and he actually like loves that news channel as well. Well, when they invited him on there, he was like getting dressed. He dyed his hair green. He was dressing up like as the actual Joker character, and you saw like the little Joker like stuffed doll, and he was referring to that. Okay, guys, he was referring to like a classic Joker stuffed doll. He's not referring to a previous Joker, because this is like a whole different universe, whole different like timeline. So, he's dressing up as a classic Joker, dyes his hair green, paints himself white, and like, this is the moment when I'm like, oh, okay, this is like the moment, like when he has the killing part down, okay? He has the laugh down, obviously. Now he just needs to go into style. And that's when it just comes together, like the actual Joker character. Like just the character, but in the end, it's when it is the Joker character. Like he's getting the style ready, but in the end, that final scene when he's like on the car dancing, it's just really a big scene that you kind of feel like that is the Joker. He has all that stuff on, the green hair and everything, because that is a classic Joker look. And then he's already killed a lot of people. Okay, guys, like. By this point, he's already killed a lot of people, and he goes on the show and kills more people. And so this whole like killing the news, like the host on the news, he kills him, obviously, right? And then like it's everywhere. It's like the biggest thing, obviously. And I feel like that is like the big thing when he was like saying that I never get noticed. Like he was talking about how if Thomas Wayne, the big man right now, if Thomas Wayne was killed, then everybody would go crazy. But if he died, if he died, no one would care. No one would notice. No one would say anything, and people would just keep on living their lives. He's just saying because like I never get noticed, right? No one cares for me, so that's a big scene. That's a big like moment, a big scene. So him having to go through all of that, having to kill people just to get noticed. Guys, that is crazy. Like, this is like a big bullying moment as well, like I said earlier. But that's crazy how you have to go through all that just to get noticed a little bit. And then it evolves into this big thing, like the riots, and people dressing up as clowns, and people killing other people, and it's just like this big, huge deal. And then, like, it ends up, he's in, I think I want to say it's Wayne Manor, but I'm not sure. I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I'm not sure. But he walks in, he's in the bathroom, and he sees Thomas Wayne, and, he starts laughing. And, obviously it's an uncontrollable, unpurposeful laugh. But Thomas Wayne is like, you think this is funny? And he punches him. And, like, that interaction between him and Thomas Wayne is a little bit of a talking scene. Kind of seeing, like, the like, because, obviously you know who the Joker is at this point. If you're watching the 2019 movie with Joaquin Phoenix, you know who the Joker is. You've seen him before. And you know who he is, but you don't really see an interaction with him and Thomas Wayne. That's what really is cool about this movie, is that you get to see an interaction between them two, okay? You get to. And you also get to see an interaction with him, with the an older Joker and a younger Batman, because the timeline that this is set in, Batman isn't Batman. He's Bruce Wayne still. He's a little kid, like 10 years old. And Thomas Wayne is the big man right now. He's not Batman, but he's like this big, powerful dude of the city. And so he gets to have a little talking scene with Bruce Wayne at Wayne Manor behind the gate and stuff. And that's a big scene because you get to see the connection between the two, like why Batman hates Joker. And not only is it because like of that scene, but what he started. He started like these riots, he started the fights. His parents were murdered out of all of this because like at the end, after all the riots and after him dancing, the camera pans like to the side in the alleyway, and you see a guy in a clown mask walk over to his parents and just shoot them. And that's the big scene, that because you've seen different scenes, the Batman versus Superman. You saw that scene in there, right? You saw this one. You've seen the scene in like the different Batman movies. So you've seen all these other scenes of like the different scenes of Batman's parents dying, and then you get to see this one. And this is kind of like a Joker point of view perspective a little bit, I feel like. So what Joker was doing during this and the timeline that this is in, it really sets the stone for what, like, kind of the behind the kind. It really kind of feels like a behind the scenes moment, but obviously it's really not. So, that is my thoughts on these parts of the movies, and obviously you guys can agree with me and disagree with me. Just put in the comments below. Everybody gets their own opinion, of course. So those were my thoughts and opinions on this movie, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed them. And once again, comment down below and let me know if I did a great job or if you could fix something, because I need to know if I should fix something or, So, yeah, this has been the first episode of the podcast series. I hope you guys enjoy them as much as I do. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys later. Peace out.